What if the Great Sphinx of Giza is thousands of years older than we were told? What if it holds secrets that could rewrite everything we know about ancient civilization? Standing guard on the Giza Plateau for millennia, the Sphinx is the largest and oldest monolithic statue on Earth. And yet, we still cannot answer the most basic questions about it. Who built it? When was it really carved? And what lies hidden beneath its massive stone paws? Today we are going deep into one of ancient Egypt's greatest unsolved mysteries. Let us start with what mainstream archaeology tells us. According to most Egyptologists, the Great Sphinx was carved during the reign of Pharaoh Khafre, around 2500 BC. That would make it roughly 4,500 years old. The evidence? The Sphinx sits near Khafre's pyramid, and a nearby temple shares similar stonework. But here is where things get interesting, because not everyone agrees with this timeline, not even close. The Sphinx measures an astonishing 240 feet long and 66 feet high. It was carved directly from the bedrock of the Giza Plateau, meaning it was not built from blocks, but sculpted from the living rock itself. Its body is that of a lion, and its head, though disproportionately small compared to the body, is believed to represent a pharaoh. But which pharaoh? And why is the head so much smaller? Some researchers believe the head was originally much larger, perhaps depicting a lion, and was later recarved into a human face. This would explain the odd proportions. If true, it means the original monument could be far older than the pharaoh whose face it now bears. Now let us talk about the most controversial theory surrounding the Sphinx, the water erosion hypothesis. In 1991, geologist Robert Schoch from Boston University examined the enclosure walls around the Sphinx and made a shocking discovery. The erosion patterns on the limestone were not caused by wind and sand, as previously assumed. They were caused by water, heavy, prolonged rainfall, but here is the problem. The Giza Plateau has been a desert for thousands of years. The last time Egypt experienced the kind of heavy rainfall that could cause this erosion was between 7,000 and 5,000 BC. That would make the Sphinx at least 7,000 years old, possibly even 9,000 years old or more. This predates ancient Egyptian civilization as we know it by thousands of years. The implications are staggering. If Schoch is correct, it means an advanced civilization existed in the Nile Valley long before the pharaohs. A civilization capable of carving a monument of this scale. Mainstream Egyptologists have largely rejected this theory, arguing that the erosion could have other explanations. But Schoch and his supporters maintain that the geological evidence is undeniable. Now let us explore another mystery: the missing nose. The Sphinx's nose has been gone for centuries, and everyone wants to know who broke it off. A popular myth blames Napoleon's soldiers, who supposedly used the Sphinx for target practice in 1798. But historical sketches from before Napoleon's arrival already show the Sphinx without its nose. The most credible account comes from a 15th-century Arab historian named al-Makrizi. He wrote that a Sufi fanatic named Muhammad Sa'im al-Dar deliberately destroyed the nose in 1378 because local farmers were making offerings to the Sphinx, treating it as a pagan idol. Al-Dar was reportedly executed for vandalism, but even this account is debated, and the true story may be lost to time forever. Perhaps the most tantalizing mystery of all is what lies beneath the Sphinx. For decades, researchers have detected anomalies and possible cavities under and around the monument using ground-penetrating radar and seismic surveys. In 1998, a team led by geophysicist Thomas Dobecki found evidence of a large rectangular chamber beneath the Sphinx's front paws. This discovery sent shockwaves through the archaeological community because it aligned with an old prophecy. The legendary American psychic Edgar Cayce predicted in the 1930s that a hall of records would be found beneath the Sphinx, containing the history of a lost civilization, possibly even Atlantis. Now, most scientists dismiss Cayce's claims, but the fact that there genuinely appears to be an unexplored chamber down there keeps the mystery alive. The Egyptian government has restricted further exploration, citing concerns about damaging the monument. So for now, whatever lies beneath the Sphinx's paws remains hidden, waiting. There is another fascinating piece of the puzzle that most people overlook. Between the Sphinx's front legs stands a granite slab known as the Dream Stele. It was placed there by Pharaoh Thutmose IV around 1400 BC more than 1,000 years after the Sphinx was supposedly built. According to the inscription, young Prince Thutmose fell asleep in the shadow of the Sphinx during a hunting trip. In his dream, the Sphinx spoke to him, promising him the throne of Egypt if he cleared away the sand that had buried the monument up to its shoulders. Thutmose fulfilled the request, cleared the sand, and became Pharaoh. This tells us something remarkable. By 1400 BC, the Sphinx was already so ancient that it had been buried by desert sands. If it was built around 2500 BC, that means it was already over 1,000 years old by Thutmose's time. And if the water erosion theory is correct, it was already thousands of years older than that. Throughout ancient Egyptian mythology, the Sphinx held deep symbolic meaning. The Egyptians called it Hor-em-Achet, meaning Horus of the horizon. It was associated with the sun god and was seen as a divine guardian protecting the sacred necropolis of Giza. The concept of the Sphinx, a creature with a lion's body and a human or divine head, represented the union of physical power and intellectual wisdom. It was the ultimate symbol of a pharaoh's divine authority. But the Egyptian Sphinx predates the Greek concept by thousands of years. While the Greeks imagined their Sphinx as a winged creature that posed deadly riddles, the Egyptian Sphinx was a silent, watchful protector. Two very different traditions, both recognizing the power of this mythical form. Even today, the Sphinx continues to deteriorate. Pollution, rising groundwater, and tourism have all taken their toll. Multiple restoration efforts have been attempted over the centuries, some doing more harm than good. In the 1980s, a poorly planned restoration actually caused chunks of the Sphinx's shoulder to fall off. Modern conservators face an impossible challenge. How do you preserve a monument that has been weathering for thousands of years, possibly far longer than anyone officially admits? Every repair is a race against time, and the Sphinx has already lost so much of its original detail. So what do we really know about the Great Sphinx? We know it is ancient, far older than most structures still standing today. We know it was carved from bedrock with remarkable skill. We know its erosion patterns suggest it may predate Egyptian civilization itself. We know there appear to be unexplored chambers beneath it. And we know that despite centuries of study, it still guards its secrets fiercely. The Great Sphinx of Giza stands as a testament to a past we do not fully understand. It challenges our timeline of human civilization and forces us to ask uncomfortable questions. Perhaps one day, when technology allows us to explore those hidden chambers without risk, we will finally learn the truth. Until then, the Sphinx watches. Silent, patient, eternal. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the mysteries of the Great Sphinx, make sure to subscribe to Pharaoh Z and hit that notification bell. We uncover the secrets of ancient Egypt every single day. Leave a comment telling us what mystery you want us to explore next. And remember, the ancient world still has secrets waiting to be discovered.